Mandate is a fancy word for your job. So, what is our job as an armed citizen? Let's talk about that.
Here's your armed citizen meme of the week. Screen cap it, crop it, and send it to everyone you know.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Now, let's get on with the content.
We should all realize and take to heart that every government jealously guards their monopoly on violence. In some societies like the US, the government begrudgingly permits their citizens to use violence in extremely specific circumstances and also limits them in the amount of violence they are allowed to perform. Even if the citizen did everything right, they still have to prove to the government's satisfaction that they were properly justified and acted within the limits of their mandate. If that didn't work, the next step is being convincing to a jury of their peers that they were reasonable, prudent, proportional, and judicious in their use of violence. Failing these two off-ramps, they get to be awarded a specific time in the custody of the state for the crime of surviving a violent attack and doing it in an unapproved manner. This topic was brought on when I was watching a video of a gentleman who was waxing poetic in his various options for truck guns. If you haven't heard the term before, a truck gun is a long gun, be it a rifle, carbine, or shotgun, that I personally think you should have in your vehicle for those situations while traveling that require more firepower than a pistol alone can provide. And I fully agree with this guy. In my personal vehicle, I keep enough firepower so I can handle most any likely emergency situation. And then this guy gave me a reason why he has a truck gun that grabbed my attention in case he ever had to take care of an active shooter situation. Please, if you are an armed citizen or are considering becoming an armed citizen, I want to impress upon you exactly how monumentally stupid this course of action really is.
Thank you for playing. Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
Let's say for a moment that you are in a parking lot at the first shot of an active shooter situation inside a nearby building. And you think you understand from the get-go exactly what is happening from the parking lot. Or you're in the building and see the rampage start. So you decide to escape the situation, retreat to your vehicle, grab your truck gun, and re-enter to stop the threat. I know in the heat of the moment this might make sense. However, right now, in a relaxed moment, with time to contemplate while watching this video, do you think your tactical girlfriend Prudence would approve? The training for non-armed citizens are given if they are caught in an active shooter situation is summed up in 3 words: avoid, deny, defend, which I guess are more neutral words to use rather than the original run, hide, fight. These suggested actions make perfect sense on how to act reflexively in such a situation, as most people do not think that they would ever find themselves in such a situation, let alone thinking about what they might do to be somewhat prepared for such a situation beforehand. And like stop, drop, and roll, if you ever find yourself on fire, it's 3 words, easy to remember in a moment of panic. And phrases like these are effective because each word is simple and yet by their plain definition explains a lot. Now, let's talk about what you, the armed citizen, should do in such a situation. Are you ready? You should avoid, deny, defend. The difference is you have a lot more oomph when it comes to the defend part than non-armed citizens. If you're not in a gun-free zone, that is. Remember, your mandate, your legal parameters as an armed citizen in public is to use your firearm only as a last resort to engage immediate, unavoidable, and deadly threats against you and those around you. If you're able to, your first mandate is to avoid the threat. If you can do so safely and not leave anyone behind. Failing that, your second part of the mandate is to deny the threat access to you and others with you by blocking the path between you and the shooter, such as locking doors or erecting barricades. And as a last resort, you defend with lethal force. In the U.S. today, if a person starts popping off rounds in public, there will be 175 calls to 911 in the first 17 seconds, and they will all report a person with a gun is killing people. And the proper governmental response to a situation like this is to have every police officer, every sheriff's deputy, every law enforcement officer down to the fish and game wardens within 5 miles of the location to immediately charge to the scene, lights flashing and siren blaring, with one objective: find and end the person with the gun.
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
And who are you exactly? Person with a gun. And if you're lucky or unlucky enough to be hypothetically standing over the body of the actual shooter with a gun in your hands.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying the content so far. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, please let me know by hitting that like button. When you do that, it helps get this content to others and inspires me to keep producing content. While we're clicking on things, hit that subscribe button to help grow this channel and turn on notifications so you know when one of my new videos shows up. I appreciate all comments, so please tell me if you think I'm spot on or way off. If you really like this video, hit share and post it on your social media. Okay, back to me.
And exactly how well do you think this will end? In the current era of officer safety, the police tend to have the mindset of shoot first and ask questions later. So police will be like,
Uncle!
Oh, U.S. Marshals.
and put you down on sight like you're Cujo. And something that compounds this is other armed citizens who have a John Wick or John McClane mindset. Let's say you're at the grocery store. If you're at the front of the store in the middle of the shooting when it starts, you can't avoid. You are forced to go directly to defend and engage if you can. Now, if you're in the back corner of the store getting some milk when you hear the unmistakable pop, pop, pop of gunfire. What do you do now? If you're in the back of the store and you're adhering to the avoid, deny, defend model, you quickly and quietly gather the people around you and head out the back of the store through a loading dock or an emergency fire door. If you can't find a door leading outside, look for a room you can lock from the inside. If you can't lock the door, barricade it and wait. If you can't do either and the shooter finds you, use your lethal force and put them down like the rabid dog they are. If you were to follow the Let's Play hero model, you draw your weapon and head to the sound of the gunfire. And I have to ask, who are you looking for? A man with a gun, possibly shooting other people? Let's say you get to the front of the store and you see a guy putting an anchor shot into someone on the floor. Is he the good guy who just ended the threat? Or is he the original shooter that got the best of a citizen who tried to stop the threat? Let's say a second or even third armed citizen besides you are in the store at the same time and adhere to the same Let's Play hero concept you did. Now there are multiple armed people all shouting at everyone else, drop the weapon, let me see your hands, to find and stop one bad guy. The problem is you all look like each other. Casual clothing, no one is wearing a vest that reads bad guy. Hint, only the bad guy knows he's the bad guy. And of course, a situation like this could never go wrong. Thankfully, the one common denominator for every active shooter situation are those people who were able to hide behind a locked door or a makeshift barricade have emerged uninjured. Active shooters realize that they are on a timeline once they open fire. They don't have time to waste trying to get through a locked door or barricade before law enforcement gets there and ends the threat. It's easier for them to find victims in unlocked rooms or open areas, such as the Virginia Tech shooting in 2007. The rules change when you're in your home, just not by much. You can't avoid they're in your home. Deny them entry to the rooms with your family in them. Defend in this situation means use the heavy artillery, and I've already talked about home defense in video number 55. Do you have a family plan? Always remember your mandate, the requirements and limitations of being an armed citizen. Listening to prudence in such situations will improve your chances of surviving the situation and not ending up in long-term custody of the state. Stay safe. Stay bullet-free. Tell your family you love them every chance you get. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day.
If you made it this far, thank you. If you liked this content, please hit the like button to show your support. Help me get the word out by subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to turn notifications on so you know when I post new content. If you think this content would help your friends, the share button helps you get it out to your social media. Comments mean a lot to me, good or bad. Please leave one. All right, go forth and have a most excellent day.